take a walk through Memorial Park with me, a native Houstonian. My name's Mariam Hejazi, and I've been helping people buy and sell residential real estate for over 12 years in Houston, and I am Memorial Park's #1 fan. Over the years, I've easily walked over 1,000 miles at Memorial Park. And it truly astounds me how many Houstonians don't actually know what it all has to offer. And on this walk, I'll be showing you the Landbridge, the tennis courts, the new driving range, and the lake, and a great burger place. Come on, let's get into it. Houston is so big, so let's get our bearings here. So we're zooming in. Beltway 8's the outer loop. The inner loop is 610. In the loop, or also called ITL, we're going to zoom in. There's downtown. This big green blob right here is Memorial Park. On the west side is the Houston Polo Club, the Houstonian, and then it's very central also to the Uptown District / Galleria area. So we are going to enter the park from Memorial Drive. We're going to turn up on Crestwood Drive. We'll park right here, and we're going to enter through the Clay family Eastern Glades, and I'm actually going to be walking clockwise on the 3-mile loop. It's about a 1 hour by foot journey, but I have sped it up for your viewing pleasure. This is on the Memorial Park Conservancy website. They give you a schematic of everything they have to offer. There are picnic sites, there's pavilions, there's designated parking. In the center, you see an 18-hole golf course, the Landbridge, of course, where you can drive under. They have a beautiful new running center that I'll put in another video. They have many, many other walking trails on the south side of Memorial Drive, but I'm just doing Memorial Park today. So this is us entering on Memorial Drive on the westbound side. We are going to be turning up into the Crestwood neighborhood on Crestwood Drive right here. We'll turn north, and then on the left-hand side of the video is all Memorial Park. So this is where the park starts, and on the right-hand side are big, amazing, beautiful houses that I have featured in a different neighborhood walkthrough tour. If you live in Crestwood, Glen Cove, Camp Logan, or Rice Military, it's likely that you'll enter on foot at this grand entrance here, and they've done a beautiful job with the stonework. It really doesn't feel like you're in Houston when you enter the new Clay family Eastern Glades. We'll see a Camp Logan commemorative plaque here. This is a neighborhood that I went in depth on in another video, which I'll link in the comments below. We're going to enter through the paid parking lot. Do not forget to pay for parking here. They will write you a ticket. So we're going to continue in the grand entrance area. Those stone obelisks actually line a path that go all the way to the lake that we'll see in the end of this video. They have these cute mile markers. So we're starting at mile 0, and we're going to start on our leisurely 3-mile walk through the most beautiful part of all of Houston. Now, Houston is certainly not the oldest city in America, but we do have some history here. Houston's growth and development and population really started to explode after the flood of 1900 in Galveston. If it wasn't for the fire of 1885 and the flood of 1900 in Galveston, Houston actually would be situated where Galveston is today. Memorial Park is 1,500 acres, which is nearly twice the size of New York City's Central Park. It's central in the heart of Houston, and further distinguishing Memorial Park is its cultural history as a former World War I training camp in Camp Logan, which I again linked below if you are interested in getting to know Camp Logan. Now, this World War I training camp is where 70,000 soldiers trained for battle before they went off to fight in France. And it's the only such camp remaining here in the United States that has not been developed and is an archaeologically protected site because of its role in World War I. We have here the Memorial Drive Landbridge, which you can drive under on Memorial and you can walk over from the park. And a fun fact that I love is this Emily Clay Scramble that takes us all the way over the bridge is made out of reclaimed cement that was busted up when they were demoing portions of Memorial Drive during the Landbridge's construction. And all times of the day, you can see people running up and down as part of their workout. Now, during construction, there was a lot of problem solving that had to go on to get the soil composition just right. The soil couldn't be too heavy because the total weight of the bridge would have collapsed the tunnels below. So they had to actually do a lot of trial and error during the construction process. And much like a hike up a mountain, the top of our mountain here in Houston does provide beautiful 360-degree views of the Houston skylines. Here we can see the Galleria skyline. We can also see downtown and the medical center skyline. Now, again, Houston is certainly by no means one of the oldest cities in America, but we have been around long enough to have a little bit of our own history by now. And I am a member of the Memorial Park Conservancy, and when I did this video, I did some research on the history that I would love to share with you. Long before Memorial Park Conservancy came into existence, the park benefited from the leadership and interest and passions of conservationists, beginning with Miss Ima Hogg, who is the sister to the park's benefactors, Will and Mike Hogg. The original deed of the sale to the city specified that the land was to remain for park purposes only, stipulating that if this should not be respected, the land would return to the Hogg family ownership or that of their heirs. The park was to be named in honor of the soldiers who fought in World War I and trained at Camp Logan. And for 50 years, Miss Ima Hogg served as a guardian of the park, saving it from numerous potential encroachments, including proposals for oil wells, and believe it or not, was also a proposed site of Houston's once famous Astrodome Stadium. She faced down over 100 such proposals with some prominent local backers, enabling Memorial Park to remain a haven for Houstonians. And to our right, we are passing the tennis center, which has 18 outdoor hard surface tennis courts. They have lockers and showers and a small snack area inside of the tennis center. Right outside is an electric vehicle charging station. And over here, I don't think this area actually has an official name. I just call it the stretching deck. Lots of people will do like push-ups, sit-ups, there's bars to do pull-ups, and most people just hang out after a run. Another wonderful upgrade that Memorial Park has undergone in the last 4 years is an amazing 84-bay double-decker driving range. Pro tip: you also must pay for parking in the golf lot. They will write you a ticket if you do not do so. The pro shop staff is very friendly, very helpful, and it's really easy to just walk up and grab a basket of golf balls and hit the driving range. On one of my other recent videos, I featured Becks Prime as a great burger place in Houston. This is actually the best location in my opinion. This is at the golf course. You have beautiful views, which we'll see in a moment. Great hamburgers, cold beers, great French fries, and you have this just gorgeous patio, a great view, and you're walking distance to the putting green, so you could easily set your stuff down at a table and go practice your putting skills. I'm definitely a novice golfer. I do enjoy some time at the driving range or on the putting green, but really I am a walker and I love using the 3-mile loop. So it's been fun over the years to do a loop and meet a friend for a burger and a beer at the golf course and then continue on another loop. At this stop sign on the left-hand side, that path actually leads you back into Camp Logan and Crestwood, just a fun fact. At this point in my walk, I've been walking for a little over 45 minutes. It usually takes me right at 1 hour to finish a loop, and I love this last section of the trail. You can either walk right by Hines Lake, or you can take this beautiful decked walk through the woods, which I'm going to take you on the entire trail. It was just too pretty to cut out any sections, so I took the liberty of videoing the entire walk and speeding it up for your enjoyment. Now, I know that may have seemed like forever. It really only takes about 4 minutes to walk the entire decked section, and it dumps you out back at the lake, where also the parallel path will end up as well. And you can step down onto the decked section right at the water, and there's beautiful flowers, there's beautiful lily pads, and at certain times of the year, there are frogs galore, and they ribbit so loud you can hear them over the music in your earbuds. It's just a really scenic and peaceful little piece to walk right in the heart of Houston, and I can't tell you how much enjoyment this park has brought to me over the years. I do truly believe it is the best thing about living in this section of Loop 610. And if you're not utilizing it, you really are missing out. I always make sure to visit this section because the turtles seem to just all swarm in one place. I don't think I've ever seen so many red-eared sliders cluster in one area. They must be used to people feeding them, but it's really fun to see them all swimming together. You can see a pavilion off in the distance. There are several pavilions throughout the park that are available for reservation through the Memorial Park Conservancy. They have fireplaces and electrical, and I personally have had events under the pavilions, and they're really a magical space. This part of the lake really doesn't feel like you're in Houston. It has the feel of Washington, D.C. if you've ever been. And it's another great little space to watch the turtles. And I also have seen many cranes and blue herons here over the years. All right, so we are at the end of our 3-mile loop at Memorial Park. I often end my walk with a walk around the Eastern Glades, which we just did, and I sometimes exit through this beautiful green space that's regularly used for soccer, picnics, yoga groups, or movies under the stars put on by Memorial Park Conservancy. They also put on other events throughout the year like stargazing, killer bingo, and lots of fun things for the Christmas season. As always, thanks for coming along on the journey. I hope this inspires you to love Memorial Park as much as I do. If you don't know Memorial Park and you already live here in Houston, I hope this has inspired you to explore what your city has to offer. And if you found this video because you're trying to figure out where to move in Houston, you're in the right place.
I've been helping people buy and sell residential real estate in Houston for over 12 years now, and I am a native Houstonian. There's not many of us out there. And if you watch this video because you're researching Houston ahead of a big move, reach out and let me and my team help you figure it all out. Until next time.